everybody. This is our chapter review. We're going to have a test on Thursday. So tomorrow in Zoom, Wednesday morning, I want to just kind of review many of the problems that you have on this, just to make sure everybody's on the same track and that you'll do well on the test. Don't forget, you can use your place value chart that I gave you to help you in your chapter review today. And you can use this on your test also to help you line up all of your numbers. Now in the chapter review today, I'm just simply going to do the first problem in each section just to kind of guide you so that you can do all of the problems. Except in number 1, I am going to help you with all 4. Since I had to make the chart, I figured I might as well do all 4. So the directions, guys, is going to be really important for you to read in every section. Don't always go by everything that I'm saying or doing here. It says copy the decimal place value chart. Write each decimal in the chart. So we're working in this place value chart with whole numbers and then with part numbers. Fractions or decimals here. So you'll see the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place. Then you'll see the tenths place and the hundredths place. Okay, this is a good problem to use your place value chart on. 12.7. Well, if you look at the number 12.7, you see we have 2 ones. 2 in the ones place, so we're going to put that there. We have 1 10, and don't forget to include your decimal point. And then we have 7 tenths. So now 12.7, if you put it correctly, this is how it should look. Then we're doing 6.35. Well, we look at the decimal point. We look for our ones place. We look for 6. We add our decimal point. We have 3 tenths and 5 hundredths. 3 tenths and 5 hundredths. 148.96. I would just start at the decimal point again. Then you can work your way backwards and forwards. 8 ones, 4 tens, 100. Now let's go after the decimal point. We have 9 tenths and 6 hundredths. And lastly, 30.03. Again, start at your decimal point. That's a 0, and we have to put a 0 there as a placeholder. Don't leave it blank, especially in the middle of a number. Then we're going to look at 3 tens, and then we're going to work our way to the other side of the decimal point. 0 tenths, again, you have to fill it in, and 3 hundredths. So this is what the first 4 will look like. And now we're going to move on to the next ones. For number 5, it said, the directions say, because you always read the directions on a new section, write the letter of the decimal that represents the model. So we're going to be looking, is it 0.17? Is it 0.7? Or is it 0.07? Well, let's look. And I didn't color everything in completely, but this is the tenths model. So we're going to be focusing on the tenths place. Okay? And tenths, so we have 1, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths. So which number of these numbers shows me 7 tenths? Well, we know the tenths place is right after the decimal point. So look for your decimal point and then look for a 7. And I think I see that here. So it's going to be letter B, and this represents 7 tenths. Okay, now let's look at number 9. The directions changed again. And it says write a decimal and a fraction for each model. Well, now, if you look carefully, this is not the tenths anymore. This is the hundredths. Although we can still count them as tens because it still represents a stick here, one stick. So let's see what we have in decimal form. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73. So that means we had 7/10, and then we had 3 ones. So in decimal form, we're going to put 0.73, and then fraction, we see that it's 73 hundredths, so that's going to be 73 over 100. All right, then we look at number 13, and this is compare the numbers using greater than, less than, or equal. Well, I thought it would be good for us to fill in so we can actually see 4/10. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we're just going to fill in 4 hundredths because 0/10s, no, and then we're just going to do 4 hundredths. So this makes it kind of easy to see which one is bigger. 0.48 is going to be greater than 0.04. So draw a little box. I'm sure you can make little grids somehow. Find something online to help you. Or maybe go through some old paperwork, and I bet you could find some. And that will help you when you draw pictures. Number 16, it says write the numbers in order from the greatest to the least. And so we have 3.61 and 10.36, 13.6, and 6.3. Well, when we write this number out, 3.61, I'm just going to write the numbers, and then we can kind of decide what we need. It shows us what to look at. 3.61, 10.36, 13.6, and 6.13. Now it says to do it from the greatest. So let's look at the greatest number. These both have ones here. So let's look here. So it's going to be 13.6 is the first one. Okay, so we'll write that down. 13.6, cross it off. Then we know it's got to be this one because this is this was the second one. So then we do our 10.36. Now let's compare our 3 and our 6. Which one's bigger? Well, with 3 ones or 6 ones? Well, we know it would be 6 ones. And then finally, we'll end with 3.61. So that's greatest to least. Again, read the direction because some of you might have tried to do it least to greatest. All right, let's do another paper here. Number 18, it says round to the nearest whole number or dollar. 0.8, so 0. We're looking for this whole number here, and we want to round it. So does it stay 0, or does it go up to the next whole number, which would be 1? We look at our bossy neighbor here, and the 8 always tells us to go up. So that means this will be a whole number of 1. Number 22. Most important thing is when you are writing down your problems is, like with video said, we line up our decimals. 3 plus 2 is 5. 9 plus 5 is 14. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 6 is 11. Okay, that means there's 1 1 and 1 10. And there is your answer. Again, make sure your decimal point is lined up. Same with number 26. Line up your decimal points when you're writing down the problem. 9 minus 0 is 9. 2 minus 5, oop, I can't do that. So I'm going to go regroup here. I'm going to make this a 12 now. 12 minus 5 is 7. 6 minus 3 is 3. And I do my decimal point. So 3.79. And if there was a dollar, if this was a money problem, make sure you included the dollar sign, because I think you might have one. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, number 30, 29 to 100 is our ratio. So what would our fraction be? Well, remember the 29 is our numerator, and this is our denominator. So we're going to simply 29 over 100. Our percent, well, it's already over 100, so we just take your numerator and make it your percent. And a decimal, what would that be? 29 hundredths. Does that make sense here? So watch this. So if I did that on the thing, on your chart, it would be 0.29. So I'll do by 0, because I like to write by 0. 2, 9, and this would represent tenths, and this would represent hundredths. And then finally, you'll be working on the last problem, number 32. It says Chung bought lunch for himself and his sister. Chung's lunch was $7.95. His sister's lunch was $6.53, but Chung paid $20 with a $20 bill. How much change did he get back? Well, to figure that out is you're going to have to add how much both lunches cost and then subtract that from $20 to find out your change. All right, boys and girls, good luck with this. We will review whatever you have problems with in Zoom tomorrow morning. But if you do want some help with as you're doing it today, please Zoom me in the afternoon. Have fun and study hard.